How do we establish a strong, positive relationship with our children so we can do what? Transfer information. A strong, positive relationship is a relationship without barriers. That means that you have the ability to be able to get them the information that you got. When it's a barrier between you and somebody else, then that is a negative relationship. What does a barrier look like? A negative relationship. What does that look like? It's when you are in a relationship with somebody and somebody is trying to tell you something and you think negatively about them, and what they're trying to tell you, you will automatically oppose whatever they are talking about. Because you feel negatively about that individual. You like, man, I don't even rock with you. Because I don't rock with you, I'm not trying to take what you have to give me. I don't respect you. And because I don't respect you, I'm not trying to take the information that you have to give me. And it can be information that can literally take you to the next level, but you won't access it because of the person that it's coming from.
That's why people nowadays, man, is how they is.
Right. It's like, man, it's relationships. Everything is relationships. Why do you think you see people in the projects of poverty, man, generations after generations? Because the information is not transferring. The errors is not transferring. So you see new generations committing the same errors that were committed before, because it wasn't a focus on establishing a positive relationship to be able to be influential in that children's life, to be able to get them not to make the same errors and to make new errors and get further in life. So where people end up is in the same exact place. And that's why you see people who have children who are incarcerated, their children end up growing up and becoming adults who are incarcerated because the information never did transfer. So that child has developed the same defeated mindset that the father had because the relationship wasn't established in a positive way. So everything that we focus on is a positive relationship. And what I tell people, strong positive relationships is paradise. Weak relationships are hell. You can't get nothing done with a weak relationship of significant value. But guess what I've also realized? You got to put in the work to establish this strong, positive relationship, brothers. It's not just going to happen because you want it. It's not going to happen with a snap of the fingers. You got to sacrifice. And people ask me, what is it going to take, Carlos, to establish a strong, positive relationship with my children, to gain that influence that I desire? And I tell people, it's going to take everything that's inside of you. Are you willing to give it?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to give it? Like, this is where the rubber meets the road, man. Are you willing to give what is required? You can't give what you want to give, because sometimes people will give what they want to give. Like, I'm going to give what I'm comfortable with giving, right? Like, that's what people want to do. I'm going to do what's comfortable, right? You got to give what is required in order to be able to obtain that strong relationship. And if you don't give what is required, that strong relationship with your children will elude you.
Gotta go in that next lane, go back.
You gotta literally say, man, I'm so focused and committed to giving that strong, to establishing that strong relationship with my children, because I understand, man, what's at stake. What's at stake is, man, a mind that they need to have in order to be successful. And the way that you get the mind that you need to have to be successful is through information. And I want to be able to be the one that pours the information into my children. I want them to look up to me and say, Dad has the information for me to be successful. I don't want them to look up to Young Jeezy or Lil Baby and say, Lil Baby has the information for me to be successful. Because Lil Baby is putting out the stuff, or Lil Wayne or Rick Ross, they putting out the stuff to do what? Sell records, to make a profit, right? They're not putting out the stuff so you can be on another level.
Yeah, have y'all noticed that the newer music don't do nothing but brainwash?
Right! Bro, where do you think it's coming from?
Like, if you think about it, like, if you listen to a J. Cole album, he teaching you to be positive and shit like that. They don't put that man on the radio, but when they come to Lil Baby, they talk about popping Percocets and fucking females, or people advertise that like, yeah, listen to this. They ain't doing nothing but fucking up the key.
No doubt, no doubt. That's heavy duty, because when you think about that, if you don't have the influence with your children that you need to have, you are leaving them in the hands of that.
For sure.
Because they're going to get on how to be, because that's why we struggle in life, brothers, is because we literally don't know how to be. We don't know how to resolve conflict. We resolve conflict in ways that's going to put us inside of the joint for 10, 20 years, 30 years, right? We resolve conflicts in a way that really don't put us in our best place because we haven't been taught on how to be, how to move, how to operate and function inside of society. Because we pulling from places where people don't even believe it who was giving it to us. Because the people that tell us that, it's some of the people who saying pop this and pop that, and they don't even do no drugs. But they'll say pop this and pop that all day long, like go ahead and get high. And they sobered in the mug while they are telling somebody to go ahead and get high. So then that's why I say, why is it so important for us to be in the driver's seat in the lives of our children until they are old enough to get into the driver's seat themselves? Why is it so important? Because if we're not in the driver's seat, man, somebody else who don't have our children's best interests at heart is going to drive our children straight off the cliff.
Okay. You know what messed me up with my mom? When I was rapping this song like as a kid, I think I was like 9, 10, or 8, something like that. My mom like, oh, it's crazy that you know the whole song of that word by word.
But you don't know your math.
I said, well, damn.
Wow.
I said, damn. After that, man, I was doing crazy in school after that.
That's heavy duty, man.
Yeah.
That's heavy duty.
One day you just say the same shit. Like, how you know all the words of the song, but you don't know your math problems? I just
Right. So if you continue to rap it, if you continue to say it, you gonna start to become it, right?